Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Mountain State Iron, where I do short technical reviews of the knives you want to learn more about. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. It really helps me keep these coming. Today we're checking out the Civivi Baby Banter 2 model C23074-1. This little pocket knife's been getting some buzz, so let's dig in. I'll go ahead and get unboxed here so you can take a look at this packaging. Comes in a little zip-up case, pretty standard for Civivi. All right, we'll get the knife out of the way. Inside the case you have some stickers and a polishing cloth, cleaning cloth, and some product information. It's fur lined. All right, let's get a look at the knife. All right, so first off I want to get into Civivi as a company. It's a Chinese company based in Yangjiang. It's kind of like the knife making hub over there. It was started in 2018 as a spin-off from We Knife, which has been around since 2000. Some guy named Joe Chung, who used to teach middle school, kicked it off. So they make everything in their Yangjiang factory, focusing on solid designs that don't cost an arm and a leg. So yeah, it's Chinese made, but the quality is pretty legit. I think it's way better than you might expect for the price. Let's talk about the specs. So the blade is a drop point 2.34 inches long, which is nice for slipping in your pocket. It's made of Nitro V stainless steel, about 0.09 inches thick. Nitro V is tough enough for everyday stuff, you know, cutting boxes, food prep, whatever you want to use it for. It doesn't rust easily, and it sharpens up pretty quickly on some basic stones. You know, downside is if you're beating on it hard, it's not going to hold an edge as long as fancy steels like S35 VN. But still, for most people, it's plenty good. Handles are, in my opinion, really nice. They're blue aluminum and it's textured, so it's not slipping out of your hand. The whole knife open is 5.54 inches, and it's 3.2 closed and super light. The aluminum is durable and it looks sharp, which keeps the weight down. The only issue is it can feel a bit slick if your hands are wet or oily, but you know, it feels great in my hand. Yeah, so talk about the lock. It's a really nice crossbar, solid lock, easy to open and close with your thumb. Although pulling on one side with my thumb is a little difficult, but obviously with your index finger it makes it a lot easier. Works with both hands, so you know it's not much of a hassle there. Sometimes there's a tiny bit of wiggle when you first get it, but you know you can tighten the pivot and you're golden. But I didn't have any of that after I tightened it up. I'd say it's way better than a cheap lock liner for sure. The pocket clip is stainless, so you know it flips to either side for tip-up carry. It sits low. It's not, you know, kind of screaming out that you have a knife in your pocket. It's pretty compact and stuffed down in your pocket, and because of the small size of the knife, it makes it, you know, unobtrusive, I'd say. It's got titanium thumb stud, which is pretty awesome for quick opening, and it's got a lanyard hold on the back if you're into that. Also has ceramic bearings in the pivot, which make it really smooth. One thing I'll say, although, is that the blade, you know, doesn't have a lot of mass behind it because of the small size. So flicking it open is not as you know, satisfying or premium feeling as some of the larger knives with a big hunk of steel in there to flip out. Sometimes it gets, you know, kind of stuck right there. You really got to put a little into it, a little flick in your wrist, but you can get it out with some practice, and it does loosen up over time a little bit. So anyway, pretty basic knife. Value-wise, I'd say this, you know, it's a good deal in my opinion. You're getting a sweet design by Ben Peterson, solid materials and premium touches like the bearings. You know, on Civivi's site it's $85, which isn't bad. Amazon's got it for about $65, depending on colors and options on it. You know, and at that price it's really not too expensive for what you're getting. I'd say it stacks up great against pricier brands like Benchmade for way less. I'd say it also could be an excellent quality starter knife for a teenager or someone with smaller hands and pockets. What do you guys think? Do you have a favorite small EDC knife? Drop it in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.